Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Mythology Replay. So on top right side is the orange Loki. We've got Leyline Leia. Spawn south side is the red Loki. We've got Zodiac _. So we've got a Loki mirror matchup. But mirror matches doesn't also always mean mirror matches based on minor gods. Let's take a look at the minor gods. We've got Force City to give access to Dwarven breastplates, increasing hack armor, which is very nice for Berserks and Erdman. All the things, increasing infantry and hero speed, and trolls. Or we got Heimdall, which does give Inhari's ability, safeguard, improve sentry towers hit points, wall hit points, and research training time. So overall, it does feel like Force City does offer better mythological upgrades, but Inhari are actually pretty good force multipliers, and I do rate. And Undermine is probably a bit more usable with God power than Healing Springs, because honestly I don't see people actually utilizing Healing Springs as a healing source all too often. At least in multiplayer, based on the games I've seen. We have Archimedes Ledger. Makes our siege weapons take one less population, which is very nice to have. 9 Cauldrons. Increases the hack and pierce armor of fortified buildings, which is basically just Huskarls. We got a blue crystal shard. Gold and wood is collected faster by 5%. Very nice. And over here we do have the adamantine shingles. Give your houses plus 200% hit points. In short, I don't think Huskarl is going to be used all too often. Norse has mostly a hack armor based composition, and their throwing axemen gets countered by throwing axemen. No real need to use Huskarls, which is also technically be countered by throwing axemen, or an infinite cycle. So I don't think Huskarls will be used all too often, though they do cost wood and gold, which is unique for a melee infantry unit. We do have both players going for Force City. Yep, I think the researcher is a little bit more usable. Well, I think the I do value Undermine quite nicely though. You also get some trolls to troll their opponent.
Skipan.
Now their players deploy out their spy. And there's a troll. And let's take a look. Let's see. For the next gods, we got Bragi or Njord. We do, of course, have Call of Valhalla, gives your berserks increased hit points, as well as favor upon death. Long Serpent, Swine Ray, make your Erdman have plus 10% more damage, and gives them more bonus damage versus Cowley, which could be useful. And we've got speed and health regen to myth units, which is sort of nice. I think that may affect Titans. I know Mythic Regeneration from Gold Edition did. Wrath of Deep, not important. Ringgiver, Jarls get increased hit points and bonus damage for myth units, which could be quite nice since it's Loki, fighting Loki. The Radiant Cavalry produce gold in addition to favor, which can be quite nice. And Mountain Giant stuff. See, good possibilities, but Flame Weapons are also such a powerful god power compared to Walking Woods. Walking Woods can be quite nice, gives you some quick siege units. They offer, I think overall they're not great versus most things, but they do offer a good amount of crush damage, so they're actually probably a quick summon siege unit if you need some. Nice little square there, or angle there. So the angle's a little bit obtuse. Just like my narration. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit there since both players are just equaling up. Nothing too significant to talk about, because they've already covered what the minor guards would be. I think Bragi would probably be the better option, but there are some utility to the other god. One does give you more cavalry-based stuff, which... Loki? Loki's probably a bit more myth unit focus. And since he does have chances of randomly spawning free myth units, there's going to be a bit of RNG in this game. Probably having Hearthseers try to go for a bit more heroes. We do now have the Eyes of the Force. And looks like Orange going quite heavy in Herseers. I always say Herseers is a little bit of a trap unit, but for Loki does have that added benefit to, of course, get some free myth units, and which is always quite nice.
Yo.
Throwing Axeman is definitely going to be a good course of action. He sees the Herseers, go for Throwing Axeman, which actuality would give, what was his name again? Njord a bit more capability, since he does also have a bit more cavalry focus. Since his Safe Assumption Post can go heavy in Throwing Axeman, just go for cavalry. Go for the age up for the cavalry. We do have now Hall of Thanes. And look how the Herseers are bopping some of these villagers. Does lose a villager there. Troll does throw a boulder, the most elegant of weapons. Spy! Sorry, I played too much Team Fortress 2 when I was growing up. This will of course allow to spot Orange's army, assuming that Herseer stays in formation. You don't see the fish symbol, fish symbol thing. We also got the Hall of Thanes being researched over here. All things is being completed over here. And both sides going for a bit of raiding cavalry. Both sides sort of just macroing at the moment. Red doesn't have to go immediately for medium infantry. Medium infantry does cost 300 resources. Makes your infantry units 10% more effective. And Throwing Axemen do cost 90 resources, so if you make them 10% more effective, effectively give you 9 resources of value per Throwing Axeman. You take 300 divided by 9. Let's see, 270 would be 3 times 9, so 30. Add a little bit more. 2, 3. What, 33? Was it 33.333 of Throwing Axemen needing on the field to make medium infantry worth it? Just go ahead and get medium infantry, if only 50 on the field. Boulders tend to be thrown by the troll. Get trolled. Healing Spring Satisfy Orange, a defensive healing spring here. Most of these guys are out of the radius. Nope, they're getting healed up now. Raiding cavalry, rolling. Orange has a number of Throwing Axemen there. Red gets a free Inhari, which is going to be quite massive. There's the there. And Orange gets a free Inhari as well. I wonder if it's a set order of what random units get. Or it's just completely coincident. I actually don't know what the free generation is like. Maybe they could add in like a similar thing with the Chinese, where they say if they generate so much favor, this myth unit gets spawned, or maybe allows to select that myth unit. Either way, both players had an Inhari, both Inhari went down. Trolls fighting Troll. Throwing Axemens are hitting the back of the Troll. And the Troll has gone down. Both sides point out more Trolls. And Rez right now is going for more Throwing Axemans. Another Troll has been established. So both players either troll their opponent. This Troll does need to stay back, get healed on up. Red's going for another Troll. More Herseers Throwing Axemen. So it looks like I said before, there's going to be a good number of Throwing Axemens. And Red's going to lose this Troll for free. Red can't be throwing away units like that. The Gatherer is trying to shank the raiding cavalry. Red's forces being flanked. Now all of his gathers also been regathering. Trolls are controlling the throwing axemen. Orange gets some good damage here. The trolls do have 18 damage at a slow attack speed. Red's troll has gone down. And looks like Red will lose all those units here. Pulling back the gatherers. There's some delicious cows there. Caribou are going down. Or elk. And now I do have another Great Hall being established. 2 more Great Halls. Red right now is not deploying too many military units in the field. Orange breaking his way through, taking out some of these units, and now... Are you ox caravans? Oh, that must have been just a ox cart. Either way, and Red has resigned. This is Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.